guys, Peter Cruz here. Today, I thought I'd go ahead and talk to you about, well, my main guitar. This is my main axe. I've got a handful. In fact, I'm probably going to do little videos on each one, just kind of introduce the family type of thing. But this one here, I affectionately refer to as Neptune, because it's green. This is my main axe, again. This is a Carvin Custom Shop ST300C. They use C in the designation at the end of their model numbers to indicate the bridge. And in the case of a Floyd Rose tremolo, they refer to it as the C model. I think if you do like a tune-o-matic bridge, it's M, and if you do a vintage style classic tremolo, that's V or whichever. I get them all confused. The only ones I really pay attention to are really the C. But in any case, Carvin, just a little bit of background. Carvin is actually a guitar, bass. They do a lot of professional audio equipment as well. But for the most part, all their axes are custom orders, essentially. Okay, I mean, you can't go into a Guitar Center, Sam Ash, or whatever to go buy a Carvin unless it's a used one. But all their new equipment, they actually sell direct to the consumer. So if you wanna build the guitar of your dreams, you could call Carvin, tell them what you want, and they'll build it for you, and they'll ship it right to your door. And the whole idea of, oh, well, I don't want to spend that kind of money on a custom guitar and then have it and pick it up and end up hating it. Well, they also have a 10-day money-back satisfaction guarantee of some sort, where basically once you receive it, you start counting 10 days. And if you hate it, I mean, if you hate the color, if you think, well, I'd rather have a different trim, or I don't like the inlays, I wish I'd ordered the other inlays instead, or whatever reason, I mean, any question whatsoever, you're not happy with it in the first 10 days, you send it back, and they give you a full refund, or they'll just rebuild it the way you want it. I mean, if you wanted to change, maybe you wanted to change the radius on the fingerboard. Maybe you ordered it in a 12-inch and you wanted it in a 16 or in a 10 or something. They'll change it. I mean, well, they'll build you a new one. But in any case, this one here, this is what I call my signature model, is an ST300C, and they have different models which basically give you like a starting point, a canvas, so to speak, to which to sculpt and paint out whatever the guitar of your dreams will be. I picked the ST300 only because of the pickup configuration. I wanted something with a 5-way switch. They have a similar guitar, which is the DC 135, or I forget what the model. It's almost the same guitar. The body's slightly more contoured, a little bit sharper, I think. Or maybe smoother. I forget. It's not exactly the same as this shape. It's a little bit different. It's still a super strat guitar, essentially. But it's got all like the different toggle switches and an active something or other, blah, blah, blah. So I opted for the 5-way switch. I wanted to keep it simple, so I could just like slap and change as I'm playing. Volume and tone control, tremolo, the bridge of your choice. Of course, I selected the Floyd Rose. Your stock pickups that you can change on your custom order, and then you can select the color. You can select the wood of the neck, the wood of the body, because it's a neck through. There's not a bolt on. This particular model is a neck through. And in my case, I went with the Floyd Rose. I've since changed the pickups. I confess to that. I've got a DiMarzio Evolution F-spaced here in the bridge. And I got a DiMarzio F-spaced PAF Pro in the bridge, in the neck. Excuse me. The body itself is swamp ash. I selected a teal, transparent teal for the finish, with what they call a black burst edge. So I got like a little black edging all the way around, and you can see it on the back as well as onto the neck joint here, where the body and the neck kind of join together. I got the standard maple neck, which has got the tongue roll finish on the back. It's really smooth. I mean, it's like baby's behind smooth. I stuck with what they consider standard, but you can change the fingerboard wood to your liking. I've got ebony here, as I do on my other Carvin. But you could select rosewood, you could select maple, and then as an upcharge, if you wanted to, you could do flamed maple, you could do bird's eye maple, whatever you want. They've got all these options available to you, and size of the frets, you can go standard, you can go medium, jumbo, You can also do stainless steel frets, which is what I've got on this one here. I've got medium jumbo stainless steel frets on this guitar. And I also went with the ebony fingerboard and the abalone, what they call, well, Carvin calls their signature inlays, which are these kind of squiggly looking things on the fingerboard. And you got, you know, a double inlay here at the 12th, and you get the single up there at the 24th, but you really couldn't fit another one on there if you wanted to. You could select your headstock shape. I selected just a plain straight up inline. All the tuners on this particular model are all Spurzl locking tuners. You can pretty much see that on the back. And you can also engrave. You pick your truss rod cover, pick the color. You can engrave it. I had it engraved with my forum name on the Carvin website, as well as 6, which was, this is the 6th guitar I ever had. You know, my 6th guitar. So I decided to call it 6. And my other Carvin is the 5th one, so I'm gonna have a nameplate made for that one. With 5 on it. Now my other Carvin, I'll do a video on that one later. That was actually picked up right off the shelf at the Carvin Santa Ana store in California. So, in any case, so Swamp Ash body, neck through maple, ebony fingerboard, stainless steel, medium jumbo frets, abalone signature inlays, engraved truss rod cover, Spurzl locking tuners, straight headstock. Floyd Rose tremolo went with the chrome hardware. You could do gold, you could do black, tone and volume, 5-way switch, which actually does, and here's how the wiring, and I kept the wiring for these DiMarzios. Your full on to the right there, or to the bridge, is your bridge pickup in full humbucker mode. Up 1 notch, actually splits and actually gives me the inside coil on the humbucker. And you can hear the hum. Then of course in the middle position, you've got the inside coil on the humbucker on the bridge, as well as the inside coil on the neck. And they cancel each other out, so you don't have much hum, as opposed to, you can hear the humming there. I'm running through my little tube master over here. And then of course in the next one up, I guess position 4, just the inside coil here on this neck pickup, and then all the way up onto the neck you got the full humbucker in I think that's pretty much it. I love the guitar. It came, I opened it up out of the box, and I've got an unboxing video on my YouTube channel somewhere here. And it pretty much played really nice out of the box. And as time wore on, and I think it's more of the guitar settling in more than me getting used to it. The guitar really settled in, I guess, from travel and the changes in temperatures from a UPS truck to the Carvin factory to my house, and all the humidity changes along the way, because being in Texas, it's really humid here, not so much in California, and whatever points in between. So I think after the guitar kind of found its new home and kind of situated here, it just kind of settled in. I mean, the neck is great, the action is really, really awesome. And the stainless steel frets and the fingerboard, the fretwork is just amazing. It's really, really, really awesome. I pick up another guitar now. I go to Guitar Center, even like my Ibanez. I got an Ibanez Prestige as well. That was my main guitar before I got my Carvins. I tried playing it the other day, and God, just doing something like that, and it feels like I'm actually playing on like one of those emery boards that women use to, like, you know, file their nails down. That's what the fingerboard and the frets felt like when I'm running the string up and down on a vibrato. And you could almost feel, it was almost like it was like a rough surface, you know? Whereas this here, I mean, this is like slippery like glass. So, and by the way, and I forgot to mention this to you, with Carvin, of course, you call them, you do your custom order, whatever you want, I mean, they'll do it pretty much. I mean, some stuff they'll do for an extra charge, and then they waive the $10 satisfaction. If you don't like it, you can't send it back. If you do something really wacky like, I don't know, put the neck pickup in the middle instead of over here, or something crazy, outrageous like that, they're like, okay, we'll do it, and it's going to cost you X amount, but you can't return the guitar, you're stuck with it. And they tell you all that stuff up front. But in any case, where else could you go to the manufacturer, Jackson, Fender, Ibanez, whoever, say, I want to build Swamp Ash guitar, maple neck through, Floyd Rose tremolo, these pickups or whatever, and they have a slew of pickups to pick from, which are really, really nice sounding and they're all right, and I won't take anything away from them. They really rock. But I've had DiMarzios since I was like this big. So anyway, I got a Floyd Rose without the locking nut. And people call me crazy, but when you want to retune, try doing that with a Floyd Rose with a locking nut. You can't do it. I mean, this is almost like having a Stratocaster retuning on the fly and bada bing, you know. And I've always that's the one thing I hated about the locking trims was the locking nut. I mean, it's kind of a pain in the ass, and you sit there and you play with the fine tuners and you fine tune to the point where, guess what? You can't fine tune anymore because they're totally they're totally blocked out. And then when you do need to get that little extra, and you can't because it's pegged all the way down. Then you got to unlock everything, and then you got to sit there and tune the whole thing. It's kind of a pain in the butt. And heaven forbid that happens, like you're on stage or getting ready to go up. You got to sit there and retune everything, reset all your tuners, and then I don't have that issue at all with this guitar. If I'm trying to tune up to a song I'm trying to learn or something like that, I can literally just tune it right over here. Don't even have to mess with the locking tuners. They just sit there. You know, the fine tuners over here. And so I've got this on this Carvin and also on my other Carvin. Both of them have Floyd Rose trims without the locking nut. And people call me crazy, but I have very little issue staying in tune. When I put new strings on, I'll go ahead and do it's a lubricant by Planet Waves. I just put a little bit of that oil right in each groove there. Stretch out the strings, which takes longer without the locking nut, strangely enough. It does take a little bit longer to stretch the strings to get them to settle in. But once they have, I don't have any issues at all with tuning. So anyway, that's all I had for today. I wanted to introduce you to Neptune, my main Carvin. I'll probably go ahead and do some more videos with some of the other guitars that I have, kind of give you a little bit of background or some of the specs on those. So that's all I got for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Rock on. Comment, subscribe below. Thanks, guys. Rock on.